You know what? One of the things that really determines like how good a game is when people start making fan art for that game for free. Just completely for free. Just because they want to, right? So when Bleeding Edge first came out, that's how I knew that that game was fucking awesome, because a lot of people did a lot of fan art for these characters, because these characters are, I wouldn't necessarily say iconic, but they're very rememberable, I guess you can say, in a way, because a lot of people have had very tight attachments to characters, as you can see, as you know, with me and Kulev, right? So we're gonna go through and we're just gonna look at the art that has been done by the Bleeding Edge community, as far as the fan art, or even the art for the developers themselves, because I think that's when the game was definitely at its most high, because people were just putting out their own content on things. Even if it didn't matter to the game itself, it still mattered to the community of the game. So let's try to go through some of that. This one is very simple, it's straight, you know exactly who this is. And the thing about this is, can I actually blow this up a little bit further? I can. Alright, so the thing about this one that's so good about it, dude, it's like a rough sketch, but it's fully done. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a rough sketch, but it's fully done. I mean, like, really looking at it, I wouldn't say the average person would be able to do this, but if you know how to sketch, you can probably be able to pull this off. The only thing is, what makes this good is the colors that this person used, in my opinion. It's not just the outline of everything, but the amount of colors that they use. And if I'm right, they got the colors on point. Like, these patches here, that's exactly where that paint is lined up. Like, they got... And plus, look at his horns. His horns are bent more than curved, but still, same way. You can easily tell that that's Daemon. And they put a lot of detail or focus inside of his feet. Like I said, it feels like literally anyone can probably do this type of easy, like, I mean, no, not easy, but any type of line work. But how this person chose to color it in, I think, is what made it so amazing. But still, moving on from that one. Let's see, where's a good one? You know what, let's check out the classic one. Or let's check out a classic one, you know? And when we first saw these were on like Twitter and everything, right? These specifically were amazing when we first saw them. Like, screw concept art. This is down to the T. This is everything that this character actually represents. Like, he has a lot of strong detail in, dude, not even just his chest, Albastardo's hat. And this is what I mean, like, character art like this actually tells a lot of story. Like, there's a lot of things inside of Bleeding Edge's character development where each character tells a lot of story just based on how they look. And with Albastardo, there's a lot of story that you just don't know about. Granted, because his bio didn't give us too much to go on, but like I said, this, as well as a few of the other ones that I'm pretty sure we're all aware of. By the way, this is Marco TEIXEIRA. I'm going to give him some quick shout out credit on here, because as we all know, this is the guy who has done those serious concept arts for Bleeding Edge, right? And is he hired by Bleeding Edge? Thanks, concept. Yeah, I don't know if he's hired by Ninja Theory to do this, but man, if he was, they got definitely the right guy to do it. So the thing about this picture specifically is that you don't know, can Zero, I don't think Zero's disabled or anything, right? Zero's not disabled, like, he's not handicapped. He just chooses to be in that chair, if I'm correct. So Zero is like a DJ, but he kind of has like the best gaming chair of all time. Is the only thing that I would actually call it. Like, he loves music, but like for some reason he has like the best gaming chair in all history. So yeah, there's that. But a lot of serious love was put inside of this concept art. It really was. You know what? The basic character profiles, like the basic character profiles themselves, these, all right, I know zooming in is probably going to make the detail a little bit worse because of the size of it, but the basic character art for this game itself, for the icons of the characters, phenomenal. Like, God, dude, all the details inside of his neck. I really couldn't, I don't think I could do Nid's neck if you really paid me to. Like, honestly. If we're being real honest, the basic character profiles themselves are... Here's how good they are. Those character profiles are so good that people actually change their Xbox character profiles that they have for a long time. And I'll see a lot of people who, if they have like a ninja aesthetic inside their name, they'll have the Daemon character profile. Or if they're just a female character game attack name, they'll have Gizmo or Buttercup or something like that. If you're definitely into like, I'd say like Death or like Necro type shit, you would probably choose Kulev or Nid to be your Xbox gamer profile. That's how good and legit that these icons turned out to be. Should we talk about these actually? If we're moving on, let's talk about these, right? Granted, I think this was definitely developed by Ninja Theory. All of these over here, right? Let's, see more of these. All of these. This was the one, I wouldn't say this is the one thing, but like, this is why I always liked Bleeding Edge, because of the fact that it just shows the art style of this game, the colors in this game, they pop. Like, every stage in this game, with the exception of like, I think one stage, I forget, that's kind of gray. I guess you can say 665, even though it's my favorite map. 665 is kind of on the gray side a little bit in terms of its like warmth color. I guess you can say it's a little kind of blue, kind of midnight blue a little bit. But overall, everything inside of this game really, really pops. And for them to really, really take that aesthetic and drag it forward like that, like, it just really shows. Like, they had a serious vision for this game. Like, there's no way you're gonna tell me. Okay, now we're gonna go to... Now, I don't know who this person is, but I'm definitely gonna give this guy some goddamn credit. Because I've definitely seen this before, right? Alright, if we can zoom in for a second. Alright. Holy shit, let's break this down. Okay. So over here, he definitely has a reference side for Nidhogger, right? Nid is just basically cyberpunk guitar hero, man, right? Nid is just basically cyberpunk guitar hero guy. And for what this guy's going for, I can tell he definitely knew about the cyberpunk aesthetic. So Nid would have, he'd have rocket boosters on the back of his ankle, and the ends of his hair have like electric nodes and stuff, right? Over here we have a difference in his arm being a mechanical arm, as well as, I forget what these symbols are. They're Valheim. They're like Norse mythology, Valheim type stuff, right? Because Nidhogger is, it's a Viking type of name, if I'm correct. And oh, we can't forget the flames coming out of his shoulders. A lot of strong emphasis on Nid's jaw. If you really think about it, like Nid's jaw structure and his whole neck is like the one thing that really, really stands out with him. Coming down over here to the left, he changed the pants colors to orange, as well as I think he changed the hairstyle. Yeah, he changed the hairstyle up a little bit, right, compared to that one. Yeah. Well, he kind of changed the hairstyle up a little bit. But he, again, changes the symbol on Nid's shirt, does something a little bit with his hands, and yeah, not too much different. But like I said, over here, see how he's really emphasized on what the hell would Nidhogger do in the freaking future of cyberpunk, in terms of like, what would he look like what would his whole aesthetic be? This dude, yo, for his hair, for the back of his head to have a freaking jack in it, why would he jack himself into a freaking speaker? I don't know. If Nidhogger could jack himself into a speaker, and then by doing that, he could project his voice into the speaker, this is why I say this game, the story of this game was so crazy in terms of what possibilities all the misfits had to go through inside of their lives. Like, everything about the character detail tells a story about their background, which is why I fucking love this game so much. Now I'm getting hype again because this was the thing about Bleeding Edge that made this game so goddamn good. But yeah, moving on, dude. Holy shit. I think I'm going to be examining this guy's stuff for a while. Now, clearly, this guy, oh my god. So, immediately what this reminds me of is, I want to say, it's still cyberpunk, but we're getting a little bit into the future in terms of like, Guardians of the Galaxy, Alien, I want to say, not Xenomorph, but like, what the fuck was that game? What the fuck, what is that game, dude? Warframe, there it is. Warframe. It's like some alien Warframe guitar cyberpunk crazy shit going on. So the helmet is definitely metal as fuck, or like I said, you know, cyber alien type shit. But man, the fact this guy really understands the way he either likes cyberpunk or he likes metal, or definitely the combination of both. So the axe that he's carrying is sick as hell. The aesthetic on what Nid would wear in the center of his boots. You know, basic boots that have like some serious sick lacing to them with some probably good detail. He's got like a cape on, or you know, like a cloak. But overall, Nid, one thing this guy understands is that Nid, whatever his accident was, he goes shirtless all the time to represent his tattoos and show off his cyber insides and stuff like that. So I can tell you for a fact that this would be, I can see right now, his on the left side here, his shoulders are basically, it's a shoulder pad, but it's a speaker, and actually he's done that with all of these. And he's even gone to make sure that each one of these are a little bit different in their own way. This guy would have killed, oh my god, this man would have murdered an alternate costume for when, remember when we first wanted costumes for this game? This guy would have killed it, absolutely killed it, if he did an alternate costume for Nid. I think he chose not to finish the top of his guitar here on this on the far right one. But then again, it's just a concept art sketch, but that's what made these things so amazingly sick. Moving on to the next one. Here we have, I want to say, not, you might disagree, not necessarily like the Nathan Explosion, but this is like, I want to say, this is like more closer to human Nidhogger, right? Again, still the cyberpunk aesthetic if we start with the left. His axe looks like, actually it's not even an axe, dude. That looks like I mean it's an axe, but it looks like more of those cleaving axes you use in like Middle Ages, you know? Like definitely to take someone's head off. He's definitely got the whole Kiss aesthetic going on. I like the Nathan Explosion, Deathcock, Metalocalypse type of thing going on. The one from the second to the left, again, around his ankles, he's got speakers blaring out. A lot of emphasis on cyberpunk as well as music. And the thing about this is that Ninja Theory hands down could have made this happen. Dude, the way they made Zero look in terms of in terms of him being a music junkie, the way they made Makuru's orb move as he's fighting, they didn't have to do that, but they put a lot of detail into these characters. And again, between this one over here to the second right, or both of these to the right, I want to say I definitely enjoyed oh man, I gotta say, second to the left is probably my favorite here. So this guy really made me hype again for what Bleeding Edge really is. Fred Augis, thank you for doing what the hell you did for this character, because holy god, man. The appreciation that people have for this game is just unrealized. Okay, open image and new tab. Okay, looking at this image, dude, like here's the thing, paying someone to do concept, you know, like visualize concept art, but like, you know, landscape style concept art is not easy. And to pay someone to do this definitely costs some bread, you know, it definitely costs some money. So this is obviously a hideout. Like, it's an underground subway tunnel, but it's obviously like a hideout, you know, because obviously you can tell that someone lives here, right? Daemon's spray cans are in the bottom right. We got Makuru's arm on the desk over here, as well as a couple graffiti tags, some neon lights, as well as the giant arm that they use to give them their arguments and upgrades and stuff like that. Over here we got the Arcadia neon lights again, which is a really good touch on everything. We have a training dummy just sitting on top, and the train that's a derailed train in the background. But if you notice, there's a satellite up there so that they can get a signal to be able to do the things they do. And of course, we also have Daemon's sword on the left here, leaning up against the cone and everything. And what's crazy is that this is obviously the this is where you load in your mods, right? This is the mod screen. This is the customization screen. This takes a lot of detail. For them to take this and then turn this concept into an actual realized thing is really, really amazing. And again, Marco TEIXEIRA. TEIXEIRA? I'm gonna try to say your name right, dude. But still, Marco, very, very good job, man. And if we're even gonna take it that basic, this looks different. This looks very different. This is, okay, so this is Marco again, right? So again, same similar concept, right? He was probably doing some he's a senior concept art, right? It's the fact that they didn't, alright, the fact that he drew the balloon animal in the background, the red and black one that has the G on it. The fact that he drew that, but they chose to kind of animate that in the main screen, shows you, like I said, that they really cared about this game. It frustrates me that they actually ended it the way that they did, but even looking at this here, this itself is still amazing. Like, play game, user guide. I don't know if that's there. I think it is. Friends, you know, custom game options report. Like, this screams Bleeding Edge beta so bad that it hurts, man. It really, really does. But even the fact that he took the time to put Daemon here. Honestly, I didn't think he would actually draw Daemon in, but for him to actually do that, he definitely understood, like the team definitely told him, like, he definitely understood what was needed inside of this. I'm very pleased with a lot of this artwork for this game. And the thing is, the artwork for this game just doesn't stop. Like, even something like this, right? Holy crap, that was huge. As simple or as basic as it is, I enjoy this a lot because it still shows that whoever drew this knew that Bleeding Edge has like a serious, like, the way they use the color pink and blue in this game is they use it on just about anything, right? But the way that they actually choose to have, I'm not sure how to call this, what to call this art style. Obviously, it's like urban graffiti, right? But when it comes to like the paint drips and everything, as well as having between the paint drips, the urban graffiti, and the thick, bold outlines of everything, that's the type of stuff that really makes this game pop. So I appreciate something like this as well. Not sure who made this. I guess he goes by Beach Rat, Be Incredible. Look at my man Azreal, man. Look at my guy Azreal. Look at him. Look at him, man. When Azreal first came into this game, I won't lie, I was still in the stage of like, I like this game, but I wish that they would like stop making their characters kind of similar to Overwatch characters. But when Azreal came into this game, it just continued to prove that these guys know how to design a fucking character. Like, they really know how to design a character. And not only that, but they also gave the character a very good likeness. If you think about it, Azreal, he's very conceited. Like, you can tell in this picture that he's very conceited. And the fact that he has gold tips on his wings, he has his shirt off of all things, right? I'm not too sure about the bandages, right? Maybe that's just me. I'm not too sure about the bandages because the lack of bandages that he has just kind of means that he probably just shouldn't have him really. But overall, everything above the waist on up, Azreal has always looked amazing in my opinion. And yes, again, I don't know if I can find the full... Does he have one? I think so. Okay, so Marco again decided to do a concept art for Azreal. I think he did it a little bit after the game ended because I don't remember seeing this too much. But Marco really respects this game, right? So, man, there's a lot of detail in there. I'd say he looks somewhat different from his gameplay character. He looks almost more Caucasian. I'm not rating it or judging the character or anything about the artwork, but you know, I'm just giving appreciation to the artwork, right? Regardless of which, his right arm, dude, that's a very good detail. If you look in his right arm, he's got like a Buddha head. I guess we got like a heaven or hell thing, kind of similar to Mercy, you know, right? On his wing, there's like there's some serious love put into this detail of this. There really is. Even this one, if I had to be very honest, even this one, I'm not sure who made this, but you can tell, what was it, 2020 last year, July 21st, right? Yeah, so I want to say this was a little bit after the game probably came out, right? So this person really loves Kulev, and I'm not gonna lie, they probably like Kulev a lot more than me if they chose to draw something about him. Like this is fan art at its finest, you know? Like this is like true fan art. Like I said, you would really have to actually appreciate this game to actually try to do some fan art for it. Like, any type of fan art for it in general would still be good and appreciated. Is that the next one? Again, and keep in mind, he chose to do... He didn't choose Miko's basic outfit. He chose to do, like, her more beautiful, like, florist outfit. Like, he actually chose to actually do this outfit. And actually, I like that staff he made. That's a good... Is there staff like that? I don't remember. Regardless of which, how he did that staff, however he did that staff, he chose to do that very well as well. Still, continuing on, like I said, the art for this game, it really does continue to keep going. This is a basic sketch done by... Sorry, this guy. He goes by the name Age_Art. Not sure what his real name is, but again, thank you for doing this. So, this is clearly Gizmo, and like I said, like a lot of art doesn't require like a level of high detail as long as you can translate what it is that you're trying to put on the page, etc., right? But for this one in particular, he really got Gizmo's likeness in here. Like, I can tell for a fact that this is Gizmo. Now, without looking at it, would I be able to tell that she has red hair or that she's an Audi or anything? No, but if you look, he actually has Gizmo's, you know, her front teeth. You can actually, like, he actually did that very well. And that right there just tells you a little bit, again, more about the character herself. Moving on to one that has a little bit of some color in it. I don't know who made this one necessarily, but... Uh-oh, that's not good. I don't know who made this one necessarily, but... Oh, it's on Tumblr. Oh, okay. So, this guy's name or his username is not sure about that, which is actually one of the best games, one of the best names you could possibly have. So, he chose to actually make a picture of Gizmo and Daemon, and like I said, very simple, but the way that he uses his colors, like I said, Bleeding Edge is a very colorful game that pops, and these colors that he chose to use really, really pop. Still continuing on, just to see if we can find more and more of whatever it is that we can have. This one. Once again, I'm not sure if this is by the same person. I highly doubt it. Yeah, see, this is actually in the Bleeding Edge fan art, which is so freaking good, man. So freaking good. Like, these are the type of sketches that actually would bring someone back into wanting to actually draw again. Like, if you haven't drawn in a while and you saw this, it might actually influence you to do it again. And the person who made this, as always, we never want to go without giving some credit around here. Yeetrum. You can find him on Twitter at here, and I'll be sure to probably more than likely put a link inside of this video as always. Okay, so we're gonna try to look for one more, and this was the last one that I wanted to look into, right? So this is Nathan's artwork on a WordPress site. His name is, well, it's at Nathan's Art Gallery, right? I never want to go without giving someone some proper credit. Nathan, this guy wanted to put detail into his sketch for a fact. Like, for a fact. Like, I really couldn't begin. I can't even tell you where you probably started at, man. Obviously, you did a outline and then like a sketch and then a rough sketch or something like that. And then you continue to progress it. But, man, this is definitely Gizmo, right? If anyone who mains Gizmo out there loves Gizmo as much as this guy, man, you really gotta appreciate this. But overall, I just definitely wanted to give like a quick, not necessarily like a shout out of some sort, but I definitely wanted to give some, I just definitely wanted to continue to give some more respect to the content that Bleeding Edge actually does out there. Because like I said, Bleeding Edge for me has made like not endless content, but like a massive amount of content. And especially because of the fact that it's not the game that actually made it so good. It's the freaking community behind the game that actually made it so freaking good, you know? But overall, when it comes down to it, I know this game won't get an update, but I'm pretty sure the people who love this game will continue to find some ways to keep this game interesting the way that we choose to. As always, you guys know who I am. My name is Chaos the Gamer, just in case you didn't know. And yeah, G, triple G, 1,000 Gs, so many Gs. I wish this game would come back as hot as it did before, but it's not very likely. See ya.